Let's be better than him that night. 36 minutes, I gotta be better than him.
I got my tool bag and I went to work.
Tough for team. I feel like Lamont is going to show us who Lamont is.
Gervonta Davis confidently reacts to Lamont Roach's latest training footage, unfazed by his opponent's preparation. While many anticipate another knockout victory from Davis, he remains unconcerned with securing a stoppage. Instead, his focus is on delivering an electrifying performance for the fans, ensuring both those in attendance and watching from home are thoroughly entertained. Davis recognizes that knockouts can boost a fighter's reputation, but for him, it's more about displaying his skill and dominance in the ring. If a knockout happens, it's merely a bonus. His primary goal is to control the fight, outclass his opponent, and reaffirm why he is regarded as one of the sport's most dangerous fighters.
I don't really know about the rounds, like me, I just want to put on a great show. You know what I mean? Once I put on a great performance, I feel good. I'm good. I don't care about if I get the knockout or not. But if I get the knockout, it's lit. I'm just here to put on a great show. Make sure it's a great event. Come March the 1st, make sure everybody in the building is satisfied.
One of the biggest misconceptions about Gervonta Davis, according to him, is that he's seen only as a power puncher. While his knockout record speaks for itself, he believes his overall boxing skills are often overlooked. Davis emphasizes that his footwork, hand speed, and especially his punch placement are key factors in his success. Many opponents make the mistake of assuming his power alone wins fights, but it's his precision and ability to land clean, accurate shots that make him so dangerous. He understands that boxing is a game of adjustments, and for 36 minutes, he just has to be better than Lamont Roach. Confident in his preparation and adaptability, Davis encourages fans to tune in on fight night to witness his full skill set. Whether the fight ends in a knockout or a dominant decision, he is determined to make a statement.
I think everything is underrated. I don't think people really believe I have good skills. I think they believe I have power. But I would say my footwork. Yeah, I got pretty decent footwork. My hand speed too. No, my placement of my punching. That's what people sleep on. They think it's just power, but it's accuracy. For real. What it's gonna take, just be better than him that night. 36 minutes, I gotta be better than him. Only 36 minutes. Watch my fight against Lamont Roach on pbb.com.
Lamont Roach's path to facing Gervonta Tank Davis has been one of resilience, hard work, and redemption. His journey has been shaped by setbacks that only fueled his determination, making him stronger and more prepared for the biggest fight of his career. At one point, Roach endured a devastating loss that left him mentally and emotionally drained. It was a defining moment, one that tested his spirit as a fighter. As he walked back to the locker room, weighed down by disappointment, his team reminded him that losses don't define a career, how a fighter responds to them does. Rather than letting that setback break him, Roach used it as fuel for his comeback.
Let me down, you know what I'm saying? We failed as a team. And it ain't going to define us or stop our journey, you know what I'm saying? We will get back here, and next time we will win it.
After I got up off my ass and was like, all right, this ain't where you supposed to be. Let's go show them. Let's go show them where you supposed to be at. I got my tool bag and I went to work.
It wasn't a loss, it was a lesson. It was a big lesson that we learned, he took from it, made him a much better fighter.
Determined to prove he belonged among the best, Roach dedicated years to relentless training. He refused to see his loss as a failure but rather as a lesson that would shape him into a better fighter. After 4 years of grinding, he earned another shot at a world title, this time against Hector Luis Garcia. Once again, he was the underdog, with many doubting his ability to win. But Roach silenced his critics, capturing the WBA junior lightweight title in one of the proudest moments of his life. The feeling of redemption was overwhelming. He had sacrificed everything, put it all on the line, and finally reached the top. Now, as he prepares to face Gervonta "Tank" Davis, Roach is embracing the challenge. He acknowledges Davis's incredible power, speed, and agility, but he refuses to be intimidated. He believes he possesses those same attributes and is ready to prove it in the ring. Fully locked in, Roach is prepared to shock the world on March 1st and take down one of the most feared fighters in boxing.
Tank is a tremendous fighter. Tank has tremendous power. Tank has tremendous speed, agility, whatever the case may be. But little do everyone knows that I do too.
Let him keep talking. Let him keep talking, man. We working. World champion for a reason.
You gonna see. I don't give a fuck about what y'all gotta say. That's why I'm here, right here, in this position right now. That's why I'm going to be on top of the boxing world. That's why I'm gonna spoil whatever y'all think gonna happen March 1st.
Trainer Greg Hackett has cautioned Gervonta "Tank" Davis ahead of his fight with Lamont Roach, emphasizing that this won't be an easy matchup. While Davis is the clear favorite, Hackett believes Roach has the tools to make the fight competitive, particularly in the early and middle rounds. Hackett predicts that Roach will present challenges for Tank, especially in the first half of the fight. He expects Roach to fight smart, relying on his tight defensive style to evade Davis's knockout shots. Unlike some of Tank's previous opponents, Roach may be willing to engage in close exchanges while maintaining a strong defensive posture. This could create openings for Roach to land quick hooks or uppercuts when Davis looks to unleash his power punches.
Lamont still gonna be tough. Tough for Tank. I feel like Lamont is gonna show us who Lamont is, but it's gonna unfold later in the fight, like around between 8 to 10. And I think Lamont get hurt to the body, and then Tank finish up top and stop me like in the 10th round. I think that because I think Lamont is crazy enough to trade with Tank. I think he's smart enough to be in there with him. And his style is more, more suited for a Tank because it's a tight style. Here's the thing, here's what I'm saying. I gotta stand up. Tank, if you watch Tank, right? Tank make them little short movements and make a little explosive movement. He might pull something, right, for a quick second.
Hackett believes the fight will begin with both fighters finding success, possibly going back and forth through the first 6 rounds. However, as the bout progresses into the later rounds, he expects Davis's power and experience to take over. Hackett predicts that Tank will start breaking Roach down with body shots around the 8th or 9th round, setting up a potential stoppage in the 10th. One key factor Hackett highlights is the moment itself. While Roach has fought in big fights before, this is different. Stepping into the ring against a superstar like Davis under the brightest lights brings a level of pressure he has never faced. Though Roach may handle it well early, the relentless nature of fighting Tank could become overwhelming as the rounds wear on. Ultimately, Hackett respects Roach's abilities but believes Davis's power, experience, and ability to adapt will lead him to victory. However, he warns that Tank must be cautious early, as Roach has the skills to make things difficult before Davis takes control.
Trying to dump a big shot. This I'm talking about the knockout punches. Lamont style is here, tighter style. When Tank go to open up, I think Lamont can land little hooks, little right uppercuts, little shit like that. That'll make it a good fight. So, with that being said, Tank gonna have to be careful. But I think it's gonna make Tank smarter because he gotta go in there and use his skills. I see them going back and forth for about 6 rounds. And then, you know what I mean? I think Tank can start taking over a little bit. But then hurt him, like I said, with a body shot in the 8th, 9th, stop him in the 10th. I just think it'll go that way. I'm no disrespect to Lamont. I like Lamont. But I I just think the moment, I think the pressure, I think all of that on top, man, is just gonna be a little bit too much. Not too much like he can't handle it, but we gotta be honest, he's never been here. He's been there in title fights. He's never been here. It's a little different. A little different. You know what I mean?
The criticism that this fight has faced since the rumor started and then since the announcement.
Tank Davis is focused on delivering a spectacular performance against Lamont Roach rather than stressing over how the fight ends. While many expect another knockout victory, Davis isn't fixated on securing a stoppage. Whether he finishes the fight early or wins by decision, his priority is putting on a show for the fans and ensuring an exciting event for everyone watching. He acknowledges that knockouts are thrilling, but for him, the key is showcasing his full skill set. While people often highlight his power, Davis believes his overall boxing ability is underrated. His footwork, hand speed, and precision are just as crucial as his knockout power. He understands that it's not just his strength that makes him dangerous, it's his ability to land clean, accurate punches that truly sets him apart.
People have been talking about, Tank saying that he wants to retire, get himself mentally right. I mean, what went through your mind when you heard that? Because, some people can say, oh, if you win, it's an excuse. He wasn't right in the head or whatever. And at the end of the day, I mean, they might try to discredit you. Is that a concern for you, or is just, just business? You're going to show it off anyway?
Hell no, it ain't no concern for me. He said, I'm doing what I got to do. I don't feel like, like we're preparing for the best time.
Yeah.
That is, like, like we have to. So, and if we don't, then we'll be doing ourselves, I'll be doing myself a disservice. So, like, I don't care what, that's what I'm saying, that's the thing. I don't care what anybody else says. At the end of the day, it's me and him competing against each other. So, whether if I'm the best man tonight, I'm gonna be the best man tonight. For no excuses, nothing else. So yeah, for sure. And then like, as far as him making those, he might really do feel that way though. Like people look at boxers and forget that we real people, like real people.
Davis understands that boxing is a sport of adjustments, and for the 12 rounds he's in the ring, his sole focus is being better than Roach in every aspect of the fight. He trusts his training, experience, and adaptability, giving him confidence that he will emerge victorious regardless of how the fight unfolds. Determined to make a statement, Davis aims to remind everyone why he is one of the best in the sport, whether by knockout or a dominant decision. Fans can expect an explosive and entertaining fight as he steps into the ring with one goal: to prove his greatness once again.
That's it. It's especially the ones who don't know shit about boxing. It's okay. Like, other than that, it is what it is. Like, and that's 99% of it. Like, I'm okay with people giving their boxing opinion or whatever the case may be, but then it's just like, alright, he's this, he's that, he's gonna, whatever. Like, alright, we'll see.
Yeah, at the end of the day, I mean, you show it in the ring, and that's the easiest way to shut them all out and shut them down is having you succeed.
Yeah, for sure.
Lamont Roach exudes confidence when discussing his place in the boxing world, making it clear that stepping into big fights and facing elite opponents is nothing new for him. While some may view the magnitude of fighting Gervonta Davis as intimidating, Roach insists it feels natural. He believes he is exactly where he's meant to be. Reflecting on his journey, Roach emphasizes that he has always competed among the best. From becoming a national champion at a young age to consistently facing top-tier competition, his experience spans multiple levels. Even as a teenager, he was stepping into the ring against grown men, sharpening his skills against high-caliber opponents. His time with Team USA and success in international competitions further solidified his confidence, proving that he could hold his own on any stage. Unlike many fighters who climbed the ranks through local promotions, Roach was immediately recognized as a top talent, signing with Golden Boy Promotions straight out of the amateurs. For him, this fight isn't a rare opportunity, it's just another step on the path he was always meant to take. Roach isn't overwhelmed by the spotlight, he embraces it. He believes he has spent his entire life preparing for this moment, and now, he's ready to prove he belongs among the best.
It ain't intimidating, I'm here. This one I'm supposed, like I said, this one I'm supposed to be in. This is my time, this is my moment, whatever it can be. And that's every time, not just now, but every time. So, I'm used to it. I've been, like I said, I've been at this since I was 9. I've always been amongst the best. Since I've been a national champion my first time, I've always been amongst the best. Always been a national champion. 11 and 12. We got age groups, 11 and 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Open, men's division. When as a youngin', like 17, I was beating grown men. 17, Washington. I was on the USA team, man. International, medal international. I've been there. Professional, got signed to Golden Boy, straight out the professional. No dissing to no local fighters or none of that, no local promoters, none of that. But I got signed to one of the best promotional companies as soon as I turned pro at 18.
Lamont Roach takes great pride in his journey as a professional boxer. From the moment he turned pro at 18, he was thrust onto some of the sport's biggest stages, unlike many fighters who spend years breaking into major events. Roach believes that this early exposure to high-level boxing has been key in preparing him for the moment he's in now. With 20 years in the sport, Roach has built an impressive record with only 1 draw and 1 loss. He acknowledges that losses are becoming more common in today's boxing landscape, as fighters are being matched up in tougher bouts. This contrasts with the past, where many boxers were obsessed with protecting an undefeated record. Roach points out that the shift in the sport, driven by social media and public demand, is pushing top fighters to take on bigger challenges, rather than avoiding difficult matchups to maintain a perfect record. He also notes that modern boxing is no longer about simply fighting random opponents to gain experience. The sport has evolved, with fans and promoters demanding high-stakes matchups between the best fighters. As a result, boxers are forced to step up and prove themselves against elite competition earlier in their careers. For Roach, this environment is nothing new. He has always been willing to fight top talent and believes his journey has fully prepared him for this moment. Now, as he faces Gervonta "Tank" Davis, he sees it as another important test in his career, one that he is more than ready for.
I was fighting on big cards, Bernard Hopkins, Triple G, David Lemieux, Canelo, all that. I've been groomed to be right here.
And it's 20 years.
20 years.
20 years, and we got 1 draw and 1 loss on the record. It seems that it's becoming more and more common because I feel as though all these boxers are desperately trying to hold that 0.
Yeah.
But now the world with social media and everything involved and people getting more involved in boxing day by day, it seems like they're forcing the fights that are saying, well, you're going to go up against this guy. It's not just fighting just some random boxer anymore. So now you have that 1 loss on your record. Did that bother you? Does it bother you when you think about it, thinking like, damn, I got 1?
It don't bother me now. It bothered me when it happened.
Smith recently analyzed Gervonta "Tank" Davis's skill set, emphasizing why he is one of the most dangerous fighters in boxing. According to Smith, one of Tank's greatest strengths is his precision. Davis isn't just a power puncher, he knows exactly where to land his shots to maximize damage. His ability to place punches perfectly, whether to the body or head, is what makes him such an effective knockout artist. Smith highlighted that Tank doesn't waste punches. He stays in position, reads his opponents carefully, and delivers devastating blows when the opportunity arises. His knockout power isn't just about brute force, it's about timing, accuracy, and knowing how to break down his opponents. This ability has allowed him to consistently stop elite fighters, even those with strong defensive skills.
Gervonta's a smart dude, bro, and he said you really should have waited.
No, you should have waited. You should have waited for a little bit more time. You stuck your head out there a little too soon.
And he was right. He was absolutely positively right. And so now here we are, him fighting this cat Roach, and I'm like, isn't this dude like junior lightweight?
Super featherweight, moving up to lightweight.
No.
Another concern Smith raised was Lamont Roach moving up in weight to face Gervonta "Tank" Davis. Roach has spent most of his career at junior lightweight and is now stepping up to lightweight to challenge Tank. While a 5-pound difference may not seem significant, it can make a major impact, especially against a fighter as powerful as Davis. Smith questioned whether Roach's body could handle the added size and strength of opponents at this weight class, expressing concern that Roach might struggle to absorb Tank's power. Davis has knocked out full-fledged lightweights and even fighters who have competed at 140 pounds, making Roach's move up even riskier. While Roach is undoubtedly talented, Smith believes this weight disparity could put him at a serious disadvantage. Ultimately, Smith acknowledges Roach's skills but remains skeptical about how he will handle the challenge of facing a proven knockout artist like Davis at a higher weight.
That bothers me. The reason why that bothers me is because Gervonta is too great and too skilled to be fighting dudes smaller than him. Gervonta Davis can knock out welterweights. He probably could knock out a couple of middleweights. Why are you fighting somebody smaller? Only time I approve great champions fighting smaller guys is when you're not known for your power. You're basically using your superior skill set and showing against a smaller, quicker guy that skills don't dissipate.
That's all for today's video. Stay tuned and we'll see you next time.